I still remember the day Kofi disappeared. It was as if the forest swallowed him whole. Growing up in our village, Kofi was known for his mischievous ways. He started stealing small things like mangoes and corn from people's farms. As he grew older, his love for food became his downfall. He'd sneak into homes, especially when women were cooking, and steal pots from the fire. At first, Kofi was slim and quick. He could run faster than anyone in the village. But as time went on, his thieving ways caught up with him. He started to gain weight, and soon he became one of the fattest people in the village. Despite his size, Kofi didn't stop stealing. He continued to sneak into homes, stealing food from unsuspecting villagers. His favorite targets were the elderly women who lived alone. They were always cooking up something delicious, and Kofi couldn't resist the temptation. As Kofi's weight continued to balloon, his ability to run decreased. He could no longer outrun the villagers who chased him, but he didn't care. He was too addicted to the food, and he would do anything to get it. One day, Kofi set his sights on Old Lady Afua's home. She was known for her delicious okra soup, and Kofi couldn't resist the temptation. He snuck into her home, his massive frame squeezing through the doorway. Old Lady Afua had left the pot of okra soup unattended for just a moment, and that's all Kofi needed. He grabbed the pot and ran as fast as his fat legs could carry him. But Kofi wasn't familiar with the forest paths. He got lost in the dense foliage, and his screams for help were drowned out by the sounds of the forest. He ran for what felt like hours, the pot of okra soup clutched tightly in his hands. As the sun began to set, Kofi realized he was lost. He had never spent a night in the forest before, and he was starting to get scared. He sat down at the base of a tree, the pot of okra soup still clutched in his hands. As the night wore on, Kofi heard strange noises in the forest. He heard the howling of wolves, the hooting of owls, and the rustling of leaves. He was terrified, but he didn't move. He was too afraid to move. The next morning, Kofi's parents reported him missing. The villagers searched the forest, but there was no sign of Kofi. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. As the days turned into weeks, the villagers began to whisper about Kofi's disappearance. Some said he had been taken by the forest spirits, while others said he had been eaten by wild animals. But I know the truth. Kofi was punished for his thieving ways. The forest took him, and he was never seen again. Even now, when I walk through the forest, I can feel Kofi's presence. I can hear his screams for help, and I can smell the okra soup that he stole. It's a reminder that the forest is a powerful force, and it will not be disobeyed. Some people have asked about Old Lady Afua's reaction to the incident. She was devastated, not just because of the stolen soup, but also because she had warned Kofi several times to stop stealing. She even offered to feed him, but he wouldn't listen. Others have asked if anyone has seen Kofi since his disappearance. There have been rumors of sightings, but none have been confirmed. Some villagers claim to have seen a ghostly figure resembling Kofi, wandering the forest, searching for food. But I know the truth. Kofi was punished for his thieving ways, and he was never seen again. The forest took him, and he was gone forever.